CEO. All right. A lot of firsts there. Let's get back to the president, though, who has a second term. He has just been announced, it happened today, Time Magazine's Person of the Year. He also announced himself today that he is appointing Vice President Joe Biden to head up essentially a task force to give recommendations on what to do next. Or he said today, he said, this is not some Washington commission. I don't want to hear their recommendations and it gets lost. When they come back with something about gun control, we're going to push this thing through. Is this the new President Obama who doesn't have to worry about another election?
He's got some backbone. I think he found it the moment he got elected. He decided, oh, wait, they can't get rid of me now. I mean, the way he stood up for Susan Rice, the way he stood up for John Boehner. I mean, a year ago, John Boehner used to leave him naked at the poker table when they were negotiating the debt ceiling. And now Barack Obama, I think he has a confidence to actually push through some policies that people have been waiting for 4 years.
Yeah, as I said on the route, I think he's found his inner angry black man, and I don't mean that as a negative thing. I think a lot of people are actually excited to see it, that he's finally showing not just backbone, but some, some anger at where our country's at and where we've kind of had to allow it to stay because he's been having to negotiate and worry about being up for re-election and worried about looking too black sounding, too angry, and he doesn't seem to be worried about that anymore, and I'm liking it.
Is that fair to say? That almost made me cringe when you said his inner angry black man. We are trying to, you know what I'm saying there. I mean, exactly we are all trying to get rid of that.
But that's why I use the terminology, because, why shouldn't he have the right to get angry after what happened Friday?
Okay,
the only people who have to worry about that are black people, TJ. I worry about it when I go on certain TV shows. Someone says something completely offensive or outrageous, and I smile through it, and then I diss them back, right? But with a smile, because I don't want to see him angry.
What about here? What do you do here? Can you be angry? Can you be angry here?
You're about to see it. Keep pushing me.
You're about to be angry? Just about to take some earrings off. No. I think it's not even about it's not about rage. It's about outrage. It's about indignation, and I think that's what we want to see from him. But it's not enough for him to just be willing to make the right moves. We have to actually show him what the right issues are to move on.
That's
so
right.
We've been talking for the last
hold him accountable.
Exactly. Right. We've been talking for the last 4 years about the middle class. Let's talk about poor people. It's a different conversation. We have to have it. The Brady Commission gave President Obama a rating of F.
Right.
On guns during his first term. We can't allow another 4 years of an F rating on guns, especially when we just have 20
Can I say why this is a good thing, though? Is because the NRA gave Joe Biden an F, and they have consistently given him one throughout his career, which is, to me, a positive thing.
We shall see what comes of this. And again, y'all heard me talking about at the beginning of the show. I hate it took this for us now to get serious, because we've got babies dying on the streets every damn day, and now here, and it shouldn't come to our babies dying in the classroom. So we'll see what happens. I want to go back to something to wrap it up here. You saw my interview there with Jamie Foxx and Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino has been criticized in the past for his use of the N-word in a lot of his films. I saw Django Unchained at a screening. You all haven't seen it yet, but still, you've seen the reports out there, and I will have to admit, and I told him that, so I don't mind telling you all, it became a distraction. It was almost uncomfortable to the point I was seeing the N-word that much. And you heard him say there, don't watch it if you can't take it. Now, are we making too much of this? Does he have a point there? I'm doing a film about slavery. What's the big deal? Of course, the N-word was part of the culture back then.
I worry when it becomes gratuitous. Do I think people should use the N-word in their everyday life? Sure. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes I use it.
When?
I use it promiscuously, If I'm at the crib, I'm dropping there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But this is precisely the problem.
It's certain things you can only describe using the N-word. There's no other variation. My language is inadequate.
You and Chris Rock,
right? Because
Chris Rock said the same thing, that there's a difference between blacks and
I'm not saying that. That's an elitist bougie class.
Let me stick with Quentin Tarantino.
It's about his white privilege. I'm a white man. I want to be able to say this word. He's putting in every single movie.
That's where
he's getting to put this movie on. It's a movie that black people probably never would have gotten to be able to make.
But you know
that's what Lawrence.
But you know how we solve this? By not trying to validate how often we use it when we use it gratuitously. And that's what I get frustrated with Marc.
I don't think it's gratuitous. I don't use it gratuitously. I use it promiscuously. It's different. I use it a lot, but it's always appropriate. And I don't. Here's the thing. No. Let me finish. Hear me out.
I know it when I see it. When the judge says about porn, I know it when I see it. Who gets to be the judge of when it's appropriate?
You know who gets to be the judge? Black people get to be the judge, and that's the point. White people just don't get to use it.
You don't. Okay, right there, right. You finish it up for me in 10 seconds.
The people who get to watching the movie, and this again, it's about white privilege, and that's all Quentin Tarantino's been for most of his career.
All right, guys. Marc, Kelly, I know.
We'll be
Jason.
continuing this after the show.
We'll continue. Oh, no, I can't wait. Thanks to all of them for being on our final panel of 2012. When we come back, we'll have the truth behind tonight's number plus a special message from me here at Don't Sleep. Don't go anywhere.